Alright, good morning everyone, good afternoon, whatever. It's Mr. Red here with another wrestling topic. Now, if you've been around this channel, you've probably noticed one of my most highest viewed videos, especially in the shortest amount of time, is my rant on Roman Reigns, titled, Roman Reigns Rules, the Fans Suck. I'm here to do somewhat of a follow-up on this. Now, before I continue, I must explain that I've been meaning to do this video for a long time. I really wanted to do this video before WrestleMania 32. But again, as I said in my WrestleMania 32 review, things got in the way. And the long story short, a lot of shit got in the way, and video making was far from priority number one. I'm still going to make this video, though, because, unfortunately, it's still kind of relevant to make, I guess, whatever, I don't know. Okay? So, look. It has now been 2 Raws after WrestleMania 32. I still haven't even seen the first Raw after WrestleMania 32, so I don't even know what the fuck happened after the second Raw. But with that said, it's clear that the crowd is still violently against Roman Reigns. And it's with that said now, I must question you people, yes, Roman Reigns may not be a good character, may not really be a good performer. With that said, how can you hate Roman Reigns? How could the same people hate Roman Reigns? But honestly, like Daniel Bryan, who by no means is anywhere as good as a character. By no means actually is anywhere as relatable as Roman Reigns. Yeah, I'm fucking saying it. You can call me a biased Reigns fanboy all you want. I'm not sure if I've said this already, but out of all the newer guys on the roster, I must remind you, my favorite guy actually is Dean Ambrose. Out of all the people on the roster, he's the closest thing to the perfect package. Doesn't have the look, but he's got the in-ring skills in terms of being in terms of, you know, the actual wrestling skills and being an in-ring storyteller. He's got charisma. He's got really good mic skills. He's the only guy in the modern time who I think could go toe-to-toe with the legends of the past. Unlike CM Punk, whose mic skills were highly blown out of proportion. So he's both good in the ring, both as a wrestler and as a storyteller. He's got charisma, he's a great character, and he's great on the fucking mic. So, Dean Ambrose is actually my favorite guy right now. Okay? With that said, I'm still behind Roman Reigns, because Roman Reigns still is easily one of the better guys on the roster. And he's been for a while, and he is every bit better than Daniel Bryan ever was. Okay? Sure, I don't know what Daniel Bryan did in ROH or any of the other indie feds he was in, but I don't give a shit. I'm judging him based on WWE, and you know what? Roman Reigns, from what I've seen, has been the better performer. Now, but before I go on, I must also tell you, again, to prove that I am not, you know, this die-hard Roman Reigns fan, that, you know, I don't just, you know, praise everything about Roman Reigns. Unless they are The Undertaker, Triple H, or Brock Lesnar, let's face it, people, the entire WWE roster is nothing but a bunch of ham and eggers, jobbers and jabronis. Okay? Everyone. All down the card. As I said, unless you're Undertaker, Triple H, or Brock Lesnar, they're nothing but a bunch of ham and eggers and jabronis. Okay? So here's the thing, though. I only get behind Reigns because he's easily the best out of everyone on the roster. Now let me explain now there is one more thing I have to explain as to why or how Roman Reigns is actually better than Daniel Bryan. How Roman Reigns is actually the better and actually more relatable character than Daniel Bryan. And it has to be the other thing I can't stand about Daniel Bryan. And the one thing that has made me hate Daniel, like just really not care about Daniel Bryan as much as I actually used to. Here's the thing. Believe it or not, I started watching WWE again. Okay, so I fell out, like, watching WWE a good way through 2008. I was off and on. I watched WrestleMania 25, and then I was gone, blah, blah, blah. It just got too hard to watch. I couldn't fucking stand Cena. I ordered WrestleMania 28, though, because completely for The Rock, and I watched WrestleMania 28, and that was it. I still didn't stick with the product at all because I didn't give a shit. Okay? Now, come around the time of SummerSlam 2013, though, I actually started to think the product was getting a little better. One of the performers I actually started taking a liking to actually was Daniel Bryan. I was interested in him, and I thought he was a good performer. To be fair, though, Daniel Bryan alone is not the thing that kept my attention. He's sort of what brought me back into wrestling, but easily the thing that kept my attention was The Shield, okay? Reigns, Ambrose, and Rollins. The Shield is what really kept me watching through all the way. And I was back to watching wrestling, but then it just went back downhill again, and I couldn't fucking stand it. And then ever since WrestleMania 31, I've been very, very off and on. I have a hard time just trying to even find an excuse to watch Raw now. Okay? So, you know what? I am one of those fans who's actually been able to be like, I don't have anything positive to say. I'm not going to watch. I've actually, for the most part, stopped watching. I just wish everyone else could do the same. Anyway. But what I'm trying to say is, I actually at one point was a pretty big Daniel Bryan fan. I liked the story against the Authority, and I did root for him at WrestleMania 30. However, though, one thing I can't stand, this is not Daniel Bryan's fault, it's nothing against the person himself. One thing that just made me like Daniel Bryan less, around the time 2015 rolled around, is I couldn't stand his fucking fans. His fans are the biggest reason I kind of turned against Daniel Bryan. Now, even if it wasn't for his fans, I still would have sided with Reigns because Reigns interested me more, and I'll explain why soon. But Daniel Bryan's fans are terrible. They are awful. You give one fucking criticism about Daniel Bryan, and they just lash out at you and act and yell at you, tell you you don't fucking know anything at all. Okay, and here's one of the biggest problems why you can trust a Roman Reigns fan, but you can't take a Daniel Bryan fan's word as anything more than just biased opinion, okay? Here's the difference. Roman Reigns fans don't normally really say he's even amazing or even really good. Roman Reigns fans most of the time just give credit where credit is due. They say, hey, you know what, Reigns is actually, he's actually alright, he's pretty good, he's not as bad as everyone says. He does good here, he's had good matches, he's actually a decent performer. Prime example, though, of a fan of Reigns that just mainly gives credit where credit is due is like Kevin Castle from the Don Tony and Kevin Castle show. He just gives Reigns credit where credit is due. He talks about, he's not good on the mic. Well, who the fuck on the roster right now is good on the mic anyway? Who really has the charisma to be able to captivate the audience on the roster anyway? Honestly. However, though, Kevin Castle from the Don Tony and Kevin Castle show is a prime example also of someone who gets shat on by these completely biased and far from objective fanboys. He constantly gets, I'm just using Kevin Castle as an example, but he constantly gets called out as a Roman Reigns dick sucker, this Roman Reigns fan who just blindly defends him. What do you call all the fucking Daniel Bryan fans? Here's the thing. Again, Kevin Castle from the Don Tony and Kevin Castle show is a prime example. He does not defend everything Reigns does. And that's the thing. Reigns fans do not defend everything Roman Reigns does or is a part of. When something is shit, when something is bad, when something is horrible, they call it out. They call it the way it is. They call him out. Be like, yeah, this Reigns match wasn't that good. The promo Reigns cut was pretty lame. I don't think Reigns did good tonight. I myself am like that. Kevin Castle is like that. So many Roman Reigns fans are like that. We don't just say everything that he's in is good. Again, we just give credit where credit is due. This Reigns match was pretty good. Oh, he did pretty good tonight. Oh, he cut a cheesy, kid-friendly promo like the Jack and the Beanstalk thing, or called his opponent suffering succotash. That's fucking terrible. You know, oh, he kicked, but on the other hand, oh, he kicked Triple H's ass. He did a cool dive over the rope. You know, he's actually fighting back. Yeah, this is cool. Now let's look at the Daniel Bryan fans. The Daniel Bryan fans will always say everything Daniel Bryan is a part of is good. No matter what. They will always say that everything he's a part of, everything he's ever done has been good. Daniel Bryan, according to these people, has never done anything bad, never been a part of anything bad. You ask these people, they'll probably say, oh yeah, his feud with Kane after WrestleMania 30, oh, that was a really good feud. That was fucking awesome because it was Daniel Bryan. These people are afraid to criticize anything Daniel Bryan is a part of. Because to them, if Daniel Bryan's a part of it, that automatically makes it good. When it's not. These people will try to justify something, say like Daniel Bryan's feud with the Wyatt family at the end of 2013 and at the very beginning of 2014. You know, Daniel Bryan joins the Wyatt family. Well, you know what? This is still good. You know what? This is still good. This is still a really good story. No, it wasn't. It was a stupid, fucking dumb story. And it didn't make any sense because Daniel Bryan clearly still had a story he needed to be continuing with the Authority. I bet you if Daniel Bryan still ended up facing Sheamus at WrestleMania 30, you'd still have people saying like, you know what? That was still good. That was still good because Daniel Bryan was a part of it. You can't, again, Roman Reigns fans, just give credit where credit is due. We do not defend everything Reigns is a part of. When it's good, we say it's good, and when Reigns is a part of something awful or does something awful, we call it out. Daniel Bryan fans, on the other hand, defend everything Daniel Bryan does or is a part of. They're such biased fanboys. They just can't accept anything was fucking... They just can't accept anything Daniel Bryan could have ever been a part of something bad or not good. So that's one of the biggest problems why I came to sort of not like Daniel Bryan as time went on, because I couldn't stand his fucking fans. You know what? If Reigns fights Lesnar at WrestleMania, it's gonna be awful. But if Daniel Bryan gets in there, oh, it's still gonna be good. Even if Lesnar doesn't give a shit and pulls a WrestleMania 20 and just doesn't put in any effort, Daniel Bryan would still make it a good match. You fucking biased fanboys make me fucking sick. Okay, so that's a big reason why I kind of turned on Daniel Bryan, is I couldn't stand his fans. They were just really fucking annoying. Now to get to the main part of this video, though, as to why Reigns is a better character than Daniel Bryan ever was, at least in WWE, and is actually kind of more relatable. And here's the thing. Daniel Bryan is Cena 2.0. I know so many of you out there in the IWC, YWC, whatever the fuck, just blew like 5 veins and said, how dare you compare them? I mean, okay. Here's the thing. When Reigns is oftentimes the person who gets called Cena 2.0, this has to fucking stop. Because until he actually starts acting like Cena and starts getting really booked like Cena, booked to be absolutely invisible, he does not deserve the title of Cena 2.0. Here's 2 reasons why he's called Cena 2.0, though. Number 1, though, is, again, people are afraid that he is or will become the same type of character and will be booked the same way. Understandable, but he's not that yet. When and if that happens, then you can call him Cena 2.0. Here's the other reason people call him Cena 2.0, and this is the big reason why this whole Cena 2.0, calling Reigns Cena 2.0, has to fucking stop. The other reason is simply because he's being positioned to be the top guy. That automatically means he's Cena 2.0. Okay, listen, you stupid fucking virgin basement dwelling fucking geeks. Just because you're being positioned to be the top guy does not mean you're being positioned to be the next John Cena. Hogan was given that treatment. Steve Austin was given that treatment. Rock was given that treatment. It's the top guy treatment. It was given to many guys before Cena ever entered the fucking company. Again, it was given to Hogan, it was given to Macho Man, it was given to Warrior, it was given to Bret, it was given to Shawn, it was given to Austin, it was given to Rock, it was given to Triple H, long before that treatment was ever given to Cena. So Reigns is automatically the next Cena because he's being positioned to be the next top guy. So by that logic, that means that if Daniel Bryan was being positioned to be the next top guy, he's becoming Cena 2.0. If Sami Zayn was being positioned to be the next top guy, he's becoming Cena 2.0. If Dolph Ziggler was being positioned to be the next top guy, that means he's being positioned to be Cena 2.0. If AJ Styles is being positioned to be the next top guy, that means he would be Cena 2.0. But if any of those four fucking maricones I just mentioned were being positioned to be the top guy, people wouldn't be calling them Cena 2.0. If you're becoming the top guy, that does not mean you're becoming Cena 2.0. You're Cena 2.0 if you're booked the exact same way to the point where you're absolutely invincible, to the point where they make you look like you probably could kill Superman, or you are being positioned as the same type of character, the superhero, do it for the kids, do it for the charities, happy-go-lucky, never stereotypical good guy, or both if you become the same character and you get the same booking. Reigns is not that. Reigns' booking has been nowhere near that, and Reigns in terms of character is nowhere near that. So calling him Cena 2.0 has to fucking stop. Why did I call Daniel Bryan the real Cena 2.0? Yeah, he doesn't have the booking, but in terms of character, what's the major fucking difference? What is Daniel Bryan? He's a nice guy who smiles and who comes out and he's happy to be there, happy to compete. He's a nice guy. Really? This guy is the fucking badass we want to be the top guy? We wanted to be the top guy in the company? Really? This guy who comes out and just, nothing phases him. He's a nice guy. Remember when he got abducted by the Wyatt family? For all we know, he got the shit beat out of him, tortured. I don't know, maybe he got fucking molested or something by the Wyatt family. So he comes back the next Monday Night Raw. Does he come out there pissed off? Does he come out there and cut a promo and tell the Wyatt family to get their ass out there so he can kick their asses like, say, Steve Austin or Rock would have done? No. Instead of coming out there being pissed that he just got abducted by 3 sweaty, probably smelly, bearded men, he comes out there still smiling. Yes! 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 Yes? Really? So what, you wanted to be abducted by 3 smelly, hairy, bearded men? You wanted to be abducted by the fucking fat ass who sits in the rocking chair and the other 2 who look like they fuck chickens? Okay, to each his own. And again, what does Daniel Bryan do to get his way? I'm not leaving this ring. I'm going to bring people into this ring, and we're not going to leave. Someone screws him over. What does he do the next night? He comes out. Yes, yes, yes. What does Roman Reigns do if he gets screwed over and he's pissed off? What does Roman Reigns do? He Superman punches your face off. Look at Reigns the night after he got screwed at this past Survivor Series. Survivor Series 2015. What did he do? Sheamus is out there gloating, so what does he do? He runs up from behind and Superman punches Sheamus' face. What does he do when after he loses at TLC? When he finally, after all the interference and bullshit and screw jobs, he loses it. He goes insane. He destroys the League of Nations, destroys Sheamus, destroys Triple H. What does he do when Vince McMahon tries to screw him over? He Superman punches that old fart in his face. What does he do after Triple H beats the shit out of him when he comes back? Does he just come out there and go in the ring and be like, I'm not leaving the ring? No! He beats the shit shit out of Triple H. Who's the better character here? Who's actually the more relatable one? Again, should every character be the same thing? Always retaliate and fight back in the same way? No, I guess not. But here's the thing. Who is the more relatable one? It's Roman Reigns. Why? Because he legit shows emotion. He gets pissed off. He has a breaking point. You look at him, his little mannerisms in the ring. Like, say he's in a tag team match, and his partner is trying to get to him, but his partner can't get to him, and then Reigns, quickly does like a run-in and hits one of the opponents. He'll be yelling back at the guy, trash talking. That's what you get, motherfucker. The way he, trash talks in the ring, the way he acts way more human. Again, he legitimately gets pissed. He legitimately shows emotion. Now, am I saying this should go back to him fucking crying after he loses? No. Reigns crying at the end of Survivor Series 2015 was a dumb idea. And if someone told him to do it, kick that guy in the crotch and fire them immediately. And if it's a girl, kick her straight. And if it's a girl writer who told him to do it, kick her straight in the cunt and fire her. Really, Reigns shows so much more emotion and acts so much more human. He legitimately gets pissed. He retaliates in a way you would think the crowd would want to see. Someone screws him over. What does he do the next night? Does he just get in the ring and say, "I'm not leaving this ring"? No, he punches the motherfucker that screwed him over in the face. And again, I think I mentioned this in my first Roman Reigns rant, but again, I hate when people try to tell me that Daniel Bryan is so much more relatable because he's short, he's small, so he looks more like an everyman. Oh God, does that offend me when people try to say that? Because the same people who say that probably are way taller than me, probably way more than me, and I'm not calling them fat. I mean, well, some of these basement-dwelling virgins are probably fat, but I mean, they probably are just bigger than me. Again, when people try to be like, dude, Roman Reigns, he's a big jacked up guy. Now, Daniel Bryan is a small guy. I can relate to that. Really. Says the 5'11" guy who probably weighs 180 pounds. Yeah, I can relate to this guy. Why can't you? I don't know. You would think me. I weigh like 140 pounds. I'm like 5'5". So when people try and tell me that Daniel Bryan is relatable because he's small, it just offends me. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. He's small, that's relatable. No, it's not. Coming from an actual short person, coming from a person who's been short his whole fucking life, who has never had one friend that he's been taller than, who once went to Six Flags as a little kid and couldn't go on shit because he wasn't tall enough. So coming from an actual small person, I can safely say Daniel Bryan is not relatable. And he's especially not relatable because he's fucking short. A lot of people say Stone Cold Steve Austin back in the day represented the everyman, the relatable everyman. He was a big guy. He was like 6'2", 252 pounds. He was relatable, though, because of his character, what he represented, and the storyline he was in. Personally, to me, I found Foley to actually be the more relatable person, the closer thing to the everyman. Yeah, like Steve Austin more, but I found Foley to be the kind of more relatable. So no, Reigns is easily the more relatable character, and the more human character. He gets angry. He actually retaliates. He's not this invincible character. Nothing phases him. Daniel Bryan came out every night. Yes, 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 I'm always happy. Even after a fucking 7', 300 pound psycho tried to fucking chokeslam my wife. Even after the 7', 300 pound psychopath fucking pile drived me 3 times. Even after the Triple H handcuffed me and beat the shit out of me. Nothing phases him. he comes out as the same character. Like John Cena. Who every night, whenever someone tries to get under his skin, come on, John, you know the crowd hates you. Well, they can cheer me, they can boo me, whatever. I do it for the kids. Because the kids, I love it. The kids with cancer, they need me. You know, the fucking one kid out there decked out in Cena gear, they need me. I do it for them. They can cheer me, they can boo me. Again, nothing phases John Cena. He comes out, cuts the same type of promos, and acts like the same type of character every week, never changes, and tells the same goddamn story. He's the same bland, nice guy, superhero character. So is Daniel Bryan. There was nothing relatable about him when you think about it. He was just a nice guy. He was just a smiling, happy, nice guy. There was nothing relatable about him. He never actually showed it. He never fucking did. He was just, again, people. Basically, what I'm trying to say is again, Reigns is the one who acts more human and who does the more things you would think you'd want to see. He actually, when someone screws him over, he retaliates. He beats the shit out of him. He Superman punches him straight in the face. He does something. You know, when he's angry at someone, you need another example. How about the episode of Raw that ended with, I believe it was the one where Stephanie got arrested because of the shit with Brie Bella. You know, so Triple H was this was like before SummerSlam 2014. Triple H was gonna go out there and declare Randy Orton the #1 contender. Roman Reigns said, motherfucker. He jumped out, he ran across, the stage and decked Orton across the face and started fighting to the back. He said, motherfucker, you ain't getting your title shot. Jeez. So, let me try to wrap this up now. Closing. Reigns is the more relatable character and just the better, more relatable, more human character, okay? He actually kicks ass, okay? He actually shows some emotion, and he actually shows some goddamn emotion. All Daniel Bryan ever did was just come out there and go, yes, and smile. This is the guy you wanted to be, the face of the company? The guy that runs away when Kane tries to attack him? Hey, how about you grow some stones and say, Brie, get out of here. I'm gonna go fight Kane. And if any of you try to tell me that, they're just booking they just booked Daniel Bryan bad. You can take that logic with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns sucks. They're just booking him bad. He's really awesome. And if you think I'm being hard on Daniel Bryan, dude, come on, he's a really nice guy. I'm being hard on Daniel Bryan, the wrestler, not the person. Daniel Bryan, the character. You know who else I've heard is a nice guy, though? You know who else I've heard is a really good nice guy? Roman Reigns. I hear all the time when people meet him or there's videos of him at like an autograph signing, he's always really friendly to his fans. I hear that he's really liked backstage in the locker room. So, what? Tell me, what? How is Daniel Bryan the more relatable character? How is Daniel Bryan the better character? And why the fuck did you people decide to cheer for that body cone over Roman Reigns? I said this in my WrestleMania 32 review. If you're gonna boo Reigns, that's fine. But why do you boo him, but then you cheer these schmucks like fucking Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I've said this before. Reigns is not perfect. He's not even so much as good. The whole roster, in a sense, does suck. But Reigns is definitely one of the best guys on the roster. Definitely most deserving to be the champion right now. But the funny thing is, I heard the night after WrestleMania, during the Fatal 4-Way #1 Contenders match, I think like he was sitting there at the commentary table, and when anyone got close to him, he just sort of looked at them and was like, "Go away. Not worth my time." So, that's what I gotta say. I just gotta ask that big... Now I gotta leave it with this question. Why is Roman Reigns awful? Why does everyone have to boo him? Yet Daniel Bryan was a good character. How? How is Daniel Bryan a good character but Roman Reigns isn't? How is Daniel Bryan relatable but Reigns isn't? Why? Because Daniel... Here's another thing. Well, before I go, let me give one more example. So, some people are probably going to say, well, Daniel Bryan got screwed over by the Authority constantly. So did Reigns. Yeah, but they did it with Daniel Bryan first. Okay, the wrestler versus the Authority figure, though, had been done plenty of times before Daniel Bryan. It's basically Steve Austin versus Vince McMahon. And even then, how many other wrestlers went on to feud with an Authority figure? Like Vince McMahon himself. Triple H did, Rock did, Undertaker did, fucking Bobby Lashley did. I would take Bobby Lashley's story against Vince McMahon from 2007 over Daniel Bryan and the Authority any day. So again, tell me. Someone please fucking tell me. And if you can... And if this video, for the few people that are going to see this video, because I don't know, I know I say this a lot, but, this channel doesn't get a lot of views, so maybe this video's not going to get a lot of views. Then again, my last Roman Reigns video got way more views than most of my other videos, so... But anyway, so for the people who do see this video, I want to say, please, spread this, if you could, out of all my videos, spread this video around. Spread this video around to the whole YWC. And I want everyone to ask this question. And I want to see if I can get some answers. How is Daniel Bryan the better and more relatable character? Why would you cheer Daniel Bryan? Why would you cheer someone like Daniel Bryan but boo Roman Reigns? Some people try to tell me, well, Reigns is like Test. Well, you know what? If Test in his prime was on this roster right now, Test would easily be the best guy on the roster. I would take like 1999, 2000, 2001 Test over anyone on the current roster right now. So for all the people try to say, oh, he's like Test. So. Just answer me that question, please. How is Daniel Bryan the more relatable character? How is Daniel Bryan better than Roman Reigns? As far as I'm concerned, Roman Reigns is the better character, the more entertaining to watch, and the more relatable character. If you don't like it, you can eat shit for all I care. So that's my video. Thank you for joining me. I got nothing else. Adios, everyone.